Are you serious? Are you serious? This just can't keep happening. A bus crash, plane crash, helicopter crash, all of it here in America, especially in the Northeast. But it's not just there; it's all across America, and it's happening way too frequent. There's something not right. Let me tell you about this in just a second. First, let me put a shout out for gutcleanseprotocol.com/Paul. That's gutcleanseprotocol.com/Paul. Speaking of digestive issues, this is caused by a potential toxin that in all of the, quote, healthy foods that scientists have been telling us to eat with a fraudulent food pyramid for the longest time. And this potential toxin causes digestive issues, according to Dr. Stephen Gundry. He's a world-renowned cardiologist, and this is affecting millions of people nationwide. Warning signs include weight gain, fatigue, digestive discomfort, stiff joints, even skin problems. And Dr. Stephen Gundry explains their side effects are often mistaken for normal signs of aging because digestive issues develop usually over a matter of years and sometimes even decades. But I can assure you that the damage is probably caused by these health foods, and it's far from normal. The good news is you can easily help fix the problem from your own home. It's very simple. You just have to know which foods are actually healthy and which contain this hidden potential toxin. So guys, do this very quickly. Click on the link below the video when we're done here and just go straight. It'll take you straight to gutcleanseprotocol.com/Paul. That's gutcleanseprotocol.com/Paul. You'll be extremely glad and feeling better that you did. All right. Well, don't forget, guys, of course, we're very close now. This Alien Encounters webinar. Man, it's amazing. The people we've interviewed who've had actual encounters with UFO, UAPs, or demon or some kind of evil entities, alien encounters, abductions. These are firsthand accounts from people who are in our audience and just everyday people all across America. It's unbelievable what's going on. I'll tell you more about that, of course, and that's going to be this coming Friday. We're doing the easy link, so you don't have to go through you don't need to know your passcode and all that. That's gone. It's just you order the ticket. We're sending you your link on Friday night, March 21st at 6 p.m. Eastern. Be ready to go. All right, here we go. Let's start with the helicopter crash that happened last night. There are no survivors, guys. It was another medical helicopter, this time crashing. It was from University of Mississippi Medical Center. It was their helicopter. The plane crash, the helicopter crash, 3 people died after the medical transport helicopter crashed into the Madison County, Mississippi, yesterday afternoon, according to the University of Mississippi Medical Center. The aircraft was a Eurocopter EC-135 helicopter, which crashed into the wooded areas at 1:15 p.m. local time, according to the Federal Aviation Authority. It was owned and operated by MedTrans of the University of Mississippi Medical Center. The University of Mississippi Medical Center has confirmed that there were no patients on board, thank God, and the victims were 2 crew members and the pilot. Their families were being contacted, according to the medical center. Earlier this afternoon, an Air 3 Columbus-based medical transport helicopter had an accident in rural Madison County, north of Reservoir, University of Mississippi. This is the crash, and there was no survivors. 3 people on board. They're all dead. And so the FAA is now investigating in the immediate aftermath of this crash. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves has released a statement saying it's a tragic reminder of the risk that the Mississippi first responders take every day to try to keep us safe, and our state will never forget the sacrifice of these heroes. So, very sad situation in Mississippi yesterday afternoon. Now, last night, we had another situation, a school bus, and you can see the bus behind me in New Jersey. It crashed, turning over and injuring 13 children in New Jersey. One child is in critical condition after the school bus crashed on its way home in New Jersey, from New Jersey headed to New York. According to the reports, the child was critically injured when the school bus with 31 people on board crashed on a New Jersey highway and overturned last night. New Jersey State troopers responded to the crash on the Garden State Parkway, and it happened about 7:39 last night. The bus was traveling from New Jersey to New York, according to the mayor of Montvale, New Jersey. In the area, the bus was traveling off the right side of the roadway, and then it overturned. A total of 15 people were injured in the crash. Actually, they said 13, but it was actually 15, including one child who has sustained very serious injuries and critical condition. 13 other children had minor injuries, and the 44-year-old bus driver has also received moderate injuries. 13 people taken to local hospitals, including the child that is in critical condition. So this happens in New Jersey with the school bus crashing. And then we have Sunday night's horrible crash of a small plane in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Now, this is really weird because the crash, this is unbelievable. Everybody survived this. Everybody survived this. It's unbelievable. The officials are investigating after this small plane went down Sunday afternoon near a retirement village in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And according to authorities, all 5 passengers aboard were rushed to local hospitals, and luckily nobody on the ground got hurt, and the plane did not hit the retirement center. The 6-seater plane, which was en route to Springfield, Ohio, crashed around 3 p.m. Sunday afternoon, according to the FAA. It is still under investigation, but the thick black smoke and the raging flames filled the air after the Beechcraft Bonanza crashed shortly after takeoff from Lancaster Airport. Here's another picture, a little bit more clear. I mean, this is unbelievable. Are you serious? And officials are investigating after this small plane went down near the retirement village in Lancaster County. Obviously, they had heavy fire upon arrival from the aircraft and had to extinguish it. Out of the caution, though, the Brethren Retirement Village issued a shelter-in-place order. The plane luckily did not, thank God, did not crash into the building. But we do have some information about that plane crash just coming in this morning. We now know who the pilot was on this plane crash. The pilot was the owner of a small jet company. The pilot of the plane that crashed in eastern Pennsylvania on Sunday afternoon was a board member of a private, locally based private aircraft charter service called Venture Jets. He was one of the board members. The board member, his name was Matt White. He was traveling with his family to Springfield, Ohio. Multiple media reports are confirming all 5 people on the plane were injured. 3 of them had to be hospitalized, but authorities say that everyone is going to survive. Praise God, and a miracle there. Now, Venture Jets is based there in Pennsylvania, and which is only about 9 miles north of where the plane took off in Lancaster Airport. The crash occurred about 3:15 p.m. Sunday afternoon, shortly after takeoff, and the cause is still unknown. The FAA and the NTSB are all involved in the investigation. It was a single-engine Beechcraft A36TC with 6 seats. It had 5 people on board. They were all a family, and the entire family is going to survive. Thank God for that. So, again, as you know, ever since, and I'm just being honest, but ever since President Trump was sworn into office on the 20th of January, we have had crashes, horrific crashes, almost every day, whether they be planes, trains, buses, or helicopters. Sometimes, and this is, I think, the third, the one in Mississippi is the third medical plane or helicopter. We've had 2 or 3 or 4 military planes or helicopters. We had the commercial jet there in Philadelphia, or excuse me, in Washington, D.C. that was coming in when it crashed into the Black Hawk helicopter and killed all 67 people on board. And then the very next day, we had the medical plane crashing in Philadelphia, killing 6 people on board and 1 person on the ground. We're seeing crash after crash after crash. And it's not like we don't have crashes that don't happen, but I mean, the amount of planes and train crashes. And matter of fact, we had a train crash. Give me a second. I'm good. Can you hang on a second? Can I call you right back? Because I'm on another line. Okay, thanks. That's what happens when you leave a phone able to ring. You never know it's going to probably ring, and yep, it does, especially telemarketers. But anyway, we also had a train crash. I want to get this to you. Now, this happened, this happened Monday evening in Somerset Township in Pennsylvania again. Unbelievable. This time, a train crashing into a coal truck. According to the Pennsylvania State Police in Somerset County, over on Culligan Road, 3 people are injured. 2 people that were on the train, the engineers on the train, and the 1 person driving the coal truck. All 3 were injured. Also, it erupted. A 2,500-gallon tank erupted that fuel was leaking into Wells Creek there in Pennsylvania. Hazmat crews were brought in to deal with this. This happened last night in where? Pennsylvania. And then we have another train crash. This one happened early this morning in Roanoke, Virginia, when, according to Roanoke police, a 69-year-old lady and a 9-year-old child, both of Roanoke, Virginia, were killed when their car went onto the tracks and was hit by a train. They couldn't move out of the way. There was another boy also in the car, and he was treated miraculously with minor injuries. So the one boy survives, but the mother and son are killed. The Norfolk and Southern released a statement expressing their sympathy for those affected and how it's working with local authorities now to provide much of the assistance. They're deeply saddened. So you have 2 people killed in a train crash this morning, Roanoke, Virginia. We have 3 people injured in a train crash last night in Somerset County, Pennsylvania. We have 5 people injured in a small plane crash Sunday afternoon in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. We have 13 children and 1 bus driver injured in a bus crash behind me there in New Jersey. And we have a medical helicopter crash, killing all 3 on board in Mississippi. And this is in the last 48 hours. So something's not right. Something is not right. Something is absolutely not right. Planes, trains, automobiles, helicopters, buses, trucks, all involved in these crashes in the last 48 hours. And that's not counting all the automobile accidents that happened. But I'm just saying there's something not right. And you start wondering, is there somebody messing with is there cyber attacks on the planes? And not even counting the ships, because yesterday we had a U.S. cargo ship that was broadsided by another cargo ship, and I reported there was 32 casualties, and it's true, there were 32 casualties. Nobody died, though. I thought 32 had died. I want to correct that. 32 people were injured, but nobody died. They were all rescued, thank God. And the ship exploded after it was hit broadside. This was off the coast of England. It was broadsided by another cargo ship, and the U.S. cargo ship was carrying jet fuel and exploded. I reported on that last night. So this is an incredible situation. You got to wonder what's going on. Is there sabotage taking place? I'm not saying every one of these cases were sabotage. Obviously, some of this is just is maintenance or accidents. Maybe pilot error, don't know. Maybe, but not in all cases. You just can't keep having planes and helicopters falling out of the sky every day. And now we're having train crashes and then bus crashes. I mean, this is it can't keep happening every day. How can you have a medical helicopter crashing, killing all 3 in Mississippi, a bus crash in New Jersey, injuring 13 kids and 1 bus driver, a plane crash in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, injuring all 5 on board, a train crash in Somerset County, Pennsylvania, injuring 3 people, 2 on the train, 1 on the coal truck, and another train crash in Roanoke, Virginia this morning, killing 2 and injuring 1. All of this in 48 hours? Are you serious? So we need to pray. We need to plead the blood of Jesus over our entire nation. And then, you know about what happened in the Washington, D.C. with the helicopter and the commercial jet. You guys know about some of the crashes out in California with the military jets. And you know about the U.S. battleship that was broadsided, had a crash in the ocean out there in the Pacific, I think sometime about 10 days ago. I mean, it just and we know that Elon Musk's spaceships are blowing up in the sky. Something just doesn't feel right. Something just isn't right. Yeah, and that attack on that ship near UK, I don't know if it was an attack or not, but how in the broad daylight yesterday morning does a ship broadside just crashes into a U.S. cargo ship, blowing the thing up because it had thousands of gallons of jet fuel. 32 people would get thrown into the water. Miraculously, they all get rescued. But how does this just keep happening? I mean, are you serious? Are you serious? It's not good. It's not a Hemingway novel. It's just not. It's actually happening. So pray one for another, okay? Plead the blood of Jesus over this entire nation.
I see geese flying high above the water, a child fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy. I see a soldier crying on a train, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long, as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. feel the deepness of his weakness. I can taste the brandy sweetness at a roadside Idaho cafe. I can hear old Teddy laughing, Fitzgerald's toes a-tapping to the roaring sounds of yesterday. Falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for that statistic.
For the dawn, I walk the lonely streets of Paris.
I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. Hi, Mary T.
And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving earth for the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And a shotgun blast echoed across the page, falling asleep, reading Hemingway.
Yeah, I know who you are, Mary. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, Mary, I know exactly who you are. And we had dinner. You and Frank took Heidi and I to dinner in New Jersey, actually. And on the New Jersey side of the Hudson River, and looked back at New York City one night. So I appreciated that very much. I never forgot that. That was really, really nice. Guys, I'll be back in a little while with more current world events. I just seen Elizabeth say that in 2024, there were 37 plane crashes for the entire year. This year, we've already had 70, and it's only March the 11th. Something ain't right, and that's why I'm reporting this. We'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. We're certainly living, guys, in very perilous times. Very, very, very dangerous times. Good to see you there, Haisha and Angie and everybody, really, everybody. God bless all of you. I'll be back, okay?